Hello from the Garden Shop, how to garden video. In this video we want to show you how to sow squash seeds. So we have the pack of seeds here. Now when to sow squash, ideally you want to sow it from March onwards, the middle of March. Be sure to wait for frost to pass. Now for squash to germinate it requires above 15 degrees Celsius. So ideally you would want to grow your squash in a heated propagator to ensure germination. If you don't have a heated propagator, you can use something like what we have in front of us there, which is a windowsill propagator. Now back to how to sow the seed itself. You can start your seeds off in a pot like this, which is a 9 centimeter pot. I have 3 seeds in my hand here, and I'm going to sow 3 seeds per pot. When you're sowing them, put them don't put them on their flat, put them on their side, and then just push them down into the soil. Push them down about 2 centimeters into the soil. Again, I'm going to put 3 into each pot and then slightly cover over. The soil what I've got in this pot here is just a standard potting compost, and I've soaked it through before sowing the seeds. Now I'm just going to cover over lightly with some more compost here, and then just give it a little patch in. You can also just give it another light watering after sowing. Just give it a small watering in there. And what I want to do then, now that I've sown the seed, is I want to place it into a propagator like this. Okay, so you can position it there now. So what we have here is we have some already germinated squash seedlings. These were sown about 6 weeks ago. So now it's time to transplant them on into their own individual pots. So that would be the second stage in growing your squash. So I'm just simply going to turn this over and free them up, and you can see here that there's a good root system on our individual squash plants here. So I'm just going to try and divide them out into individual plants as gently as I can. When you're doing any divisions, you just want to make sure that you don't damage the roots, so you want to take care with that. And then I'm going to sow it into our larger pot here, just 1 plant per pot. So just grabbing it really by the root ball there. Just make a space here in our larger pot and push that in there. Just fill in a little bit of soil. So now that this has got new topsoil to grow in, we want to keep this well watered and well fed for another 2 or 3 weeks until the middle of May, when you can transplant your squash plants outdoors. So that's a video anyway on how to sow your squash seeds from thegardenshop.ie.